heavy criticism for FG as 24 states lose foreign investments. And the writers here, foreign exchange crisis, policy somersaults make investment in Nigeria risky, says MAN, LCCI. 24 states attracted zero foreign investment in 2021. Nigeria's FDI dropped by $332 million. That's according to the NBS, Nigeria Bureau of Statistics, National Nigeria Bureau of Statistics. Okay. Insecurity is scaring investors away. Benue, Zamfara, nation heading towards multiple chaos. GNI asked you, multiple chaos.
Yes. Chaos in more than one sector. That's what it means.
Wow.
Chaos in the area of security, chaos in the economy, and chaos everywhere. Really, I think I was at this parliament when they said they are trying to quote the JNI officials who said that at this point Nigeria is heading towards multiple chaos, and I think it's sector by sector. Yesterday, the Bureau, the National Bureau for Statistics, released 2021 FDI figures, foreign direct investment, to show the investments by foreigners in our economy in terms of in the business areas, and it showed a massive decline. The entire FDI for last year was just a little below 700 million, and it was the worst for 10 years. Very grim numbers in terms of Nigeria's capacity to attract FDI, but it's not happening. Now, if you look generally, you understand what's going on. Most people are not coming to invest. In fact, 24 states of the federation last year received $0 in terms of FDI. Nobody came to the Zamfara. Still say they will come, they will ask, they will go, they will not come back. Even the Chinese, who we know are very much interested in mining gold in the Zamfara fields, they no zero. And of these 24 states, 10 had zero FDI in the last 3 years. What it tells you is an economy that is tanking, seriously under pressure, because FDI is one of the major components of capital inflows. That's how countries survive. People outside bring money to pour into your economy, especially an economy like Nigeria, an economy that is, at the end of the day, just an oil economy, a monoproduct economy. So you look at other areas, you look at people who come to do mining, who come to invest in agriculture, who come to invest in other fields, including human capital, but what this report is saying by the Nigerian Bureau of Statistics is that 2021 alone, we had the worst figure in 10 years, and again, where do you like to situate this? In the Buhari years, so there are reactions to this. You saw reactions by the JNI, you saw reactions by the Manufacturers Association of Nigeria, and I think nobody tells us more about what is going on in the economy than the MAN, because they're the one really critically in the thick of things. They're the one that pays so much for this. One of the most difficult area to operate in this country is operating in an area where there's no power. Manufacturers will tell you they spend a large part of their revenue to just generate power.
And diesel is, no-go area. Oh God!
Imagine the young boy that has a better pass member generator that opens his barber shop in front of your house. He can't afford to pay for, because you can't even increase the cost of a haircut. Without people complaining. Yeah. So the next thing you see that it doesn't come on Saturday, and you wonder, Saturday, Sunday, it doesn't come on Sunday, it doesn't come on Monday, he has packed shop. And that is in that small relatable area. Yeah. Talk about big business. This is what the report is saying. This report by the Nigerian Bureau of Statistics and the reactions. The reactions we are seeing reactions from the MAN, and we are seeing reactions by other groups in the country saying the high forex rate is even a big problem. How much do you have to even? You can't even afford to even buy the dollar. It's not available. You have to go and source it in the black market. Officially, you can't get the ones that you really need. So you see that most manufacturers are closing shops. And most of them, once they close shop, you know what to do next now. They put the money that they have, the remaining one, and find the nearest, cheapest aeroplane ticket, and they're off. They're off somewhere else. They'll go to Ghana. They will go to South Africa, on the continent, or they will run to Canada, United States, and France, in Europe and in North America. They just get away, It's the way people behave now. Some people do that, sell off everything, and pack up their families and leave. And the big companies are also doing so. The oil majors are divesting. It's a major problem in the economy now. I haven't talked about it enough. The major companies, oil companies in this country, share of divesting. They're selling their assets and they're leaving. You know, I don't know how much of a national emergency in terms of the economy this is for the government, but the government has not shown enough reaction to warrant that they try to stem this tide. And then there's a major question of brain drain. We're talking during the COVID years there of how Nigerian doctors gather in one place and Saudi Arabia people give them exam to do.
This is actually bringing us to the next headline here that was talking where it says brain drain. Nigeria has 315,426 doctor deficit. That's according to NMA.
A country that has 315,000 doctor deficit, I mean, that you have less than 300,000 doctors that you actually need.
My goodness.
We're talking about one doctor to maybe 50 patients now. If people tell you the experience in hospitals, and I'm talking about just state hospitals, general hospitals, you go and there are no doctors. The doctors, you see maybe 2 doctors in a full hall of maybe 200 people, you know, that need attention, immediate attention. Doctors suffer, they work so hard. So when they get this opportunity of trying to leave, you don't blame them.
Yeah.
You know, during the COVID era when the doctors were living en masse, we saw some doctors saying that that prof that is all going together was my teacher at medical school. You know, so even the consultants are leaving. We're not talking about the medical officers, the young doctors, no. Even the ones who have spent 20, 30 years, they're all leaving. You know, Chris, the Labour minister comes and says, we have enough doctors. They can even go to the farm. I mean, the embarrassment of those comments alone. You know, so we look at is a country in the last 5, 6, 7, 8 years that has shown a consistent downward trend in managing its economic activities, including the brain drain issue. You know, when you look at this, that's when you use the word tank. The economy is tanking, the social environment is tanking, and people are living en masse. I think it's a general reaction to that FDI report yesterday, and you can see that the Punch is trying to analyze this based on several issues. They also have the issue of insecurity. Who will come and invest in a climate of insecurity? I mean, if you're an investor now and you have $200 million to invest in maybe agriculture, you want to have more milk, you know, and you're from Netherlands. If you have that $200 million today, where will you go if you want to come to Nigeria? Definitely not Kaduna. Sorry. It's the truth. Every time I feel bad about this, but will you take your $200 million and go to Kaduna today?
No,
you know, you're probably going to lose that money. So if you really need to come to Nigeria, you look at a state maybe like Lagos, go to Ikorodu, Badagry, find somewhere and do this business if you really have to come to Nigeria. And that's why you see these 24 states that have 0 FDI in the entire 2021. Lagos is not here. Because security is the key factor to doing business. Economic stability, political stability are the key indicators for any foreign investor. The first question they will ask is, how safe is my life first? How safe is my business? You know, and the political and economic climate of that country, is it conducive enough for me to go there and spend 5 good years first? Do I even begin to
make money?
My capital or evacuate my profits? You know, you have to look at all of that. At the moment in Nigeria, that's hard. You know, and that's what this report by the FDI is further elaborating. In the last 10 years, we've never had it so bad. Yes, there was a COVID problem. We know with COVID, there was probably 0 foreign direct investment in many sectors. But COVID is over now, you know. And in Nigeria today, there's a climate of insecurity. You know, the Sultan of Sokoto and the JNI were reacting to this, and they were saying that the government has to show the will to wipe off this terrorism in the Northwest and in the Northeast. Otherwise, we'll just continue in this mad cycle of solve one problem, create 5 more. You know, in the area of managing this economy. It's a big report. I think that you need to finish reading it, you know, in the Punch to see. And it's not just JNI. The Catholic Bishop Conference also reacted. The Christian Association of Nigeria also reacted. Some state governments are also saying the same thing. You know, of these 24 states, Adamawa, Bauchi, Bayelsa, Benue, Borno, name them. Most of the states, you know, they're also saying that the economic and political climate in the country is poor, and that's why they don't get foreign direct investment. The guys in Zamfara say people come and ask, but they don't come back.
Talking about insecurity, you know, there's this story about siblings that got missing, that went missing about 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago, yeah.
2 weeks ago, in Abuja.
Yeah, that's what's also in the Punch today. Good news, you know, for them, because they found them back. The father said the mother had taken 3 kids, 8, 6, and 2, to one school in Uye in Abuja, and the mother had gone to take them after school, can't find them. Couldn't find them, and it's almost 2 weeks. But the father said on Sunday evening he got a call from the Wuyi police station that, are you this person? He said, yes, come, your children are here. And the police explanation is that they found them They found them, of course. The kids were just disillusioned. Somebody probably dropped them. I don't think they were wandering for 2 weeks. Somebody probably abducted them and dropped them off. So they're going to go for psychological checks today. The parents have taken their kids back. They're happy about the fact. I mean, physically they look unhurt, but of course they're
mental.
They're already.
The 8-year-old should be able to say something.
I think it was the 8-year-old that gave that give an indication of who their parents were. So that's good news coming, but again, I think this is more work for the police. They need to find out what happened to those kids in 2 weeks. Who were they with? Who abducted them? What reason? And why did they eventually drop them? And that kind of story breaks the heart, really. 862. And I always ask the question, who puts a 2-year-old in school? I don't know, 2-year-old, all of this.
People in 2022.
Yes.
So that's one good news coming out of Abuja in the height of all of this insecurity we're having across the country.
We're taking the last one on the front page of the Punch quickly. Lagos motorcycle riders clashes, man stabbed during street fight dies. Page 5, the Punch newspapers. Okada riders.
They can have the details of what happened, but I heard yesterday that the Okada people have started again. Somebody sent me a message this morning. One of my Harry. Harry is a regular listener to on pay-per-view. He said here that. Good morning, Azu. The time bomb that these Okadas in Lagos is about to explode. When the people riding Okada revolt against the Agberos that are extorting them, there will be violence on the streets every day. I think Harry probably know what happened, but it's not the first time they're called. The mass of Okadas, when they come for you,
Yeah.
Have you been involved in an altercation with an Okada rider?
I mean, they all come around.
Okada hits you while you're driving, and you come down. Usually when I come, I like to take their key first, and then the Okada come for you. You dash on your car. And and it's living because when you see how these Agberos extort them, and not just Okadas, even Keke and Pepe. My was telling me the other day that some Agberos will just form their own 3-man union and stand on the road and begin a new extortion point on these kekes. He was telling me that the keke business is no longer as valuable as it used to be because he had several. And I was asking him, where are your kekes now? He said, most of them, the business not working. You give the guy to ride, he
comes with excuses and complaints.
Because Agbero wants to kill them, and it's not their fault because indeed they're like 5 points. They spend almost 5,000 naira a day to bribe Agbero. So when the revolt comes, they will have to take it into their own hands. And I think this is a social calamity waiting in Lagos, and the authorities have to be able to nip it in the bud as quickly as possible. That was why some of us were happy when the Lagos State government announced the ban on NURTW. It makes sense to ban them because it is part of them that create these several groups that keep it. It's small-time extortionists. What they do is completely extort day to day, time to time, location to location. The bus drivers will tell you the same thing. The Okada drivers will tell you the same thing. That they spend almost 70% of what they make a day to pay bribes for Agbero. And then I see the police, that they have to also settle on the roads. It's just a big mess. So when you keep pushing people to the wall, the day they will fight back, you can't control it. I think that's what Harry is trying to say here. That it's coming, it's looming. We need to be able to nip it in the bud now. Because you cannot count your Okadas in this town. One day I was going to that First Tax Satellite Town side early morning. I went out early morning like this. I was driving. When the Okada started coming, and it was when they were coming, some of them were carrying 5 bags of rice against traffic. I just told myself that this is not the part of Lagos I want to be. When I come to Lagos, this is not where I plan to be staying.
Let's read messages, please.
All right, you can post your messages on Facebook at Inspiration 92.3 FM. You can also tweet at us at IFM923, and you can send it to the WhatsApp number as well as 0.
Did you enjoy this video? Hit the subscribe button for more. Leave a comment and like. Thank you.